Hello everybody, welcome back to Man Manga Boy. I am going to talk to you about my top 10 favorite manga series. Please like, comment, subscribe. Definitely let me know why I'm wrong down below in the comment section. I can't wait. Definitely subscribe to tell me why my list isn't that great. And please, if nothing else, like the video. Liking the video shows me that your list is better than mine. So yeah, that'll really help the channel out, and also it'll help me kind of, evolve as a manga reader to really just mimic you. So just do those things I said. I swear, fingers crossed, I'll repent for my mistakes if you do it. Before we get going, I do want to just real quick give an honorable mention. One Piece. It is easily my favorite manga. This is one of my favorite covers of any manga series right here. This really sells it for me. This action up top here really sells it for me. This mysterious intrigue sells it for me as well. This is like one of my favorite covers by One Piece. It just highlights all of the best moments of One Piece for me in this one cover. I'm just moving out of the way for a little bit of glare. Why isn't this in my list? Honestly, I think it's unfair. One Piece is easily my top favorite manga. This is going to be mostly just, well, not mostly just. This is going to be entirely comprised of ongoing series. I hear what you're saying. One Piece is ongoing. Put it at number 1. Well, I could, but also then my number 10 wouldn't be Blue Exorcist. It would be the next one. And so I wanted to put One Piece in its own special regard. It's S tier, God tier. One Piece is my worshipping ongoing series. Once it ends, I hope they re-release it in English and color just so I can rebuy it and have excuse to reread it. I'm a simp. Yep. Okay, so number 10, Blue Exorcist. I actually really love this series. Blue Exorcist is a series I feel like really gets slept on often. I don't know why. It's great. It's about a demon slayer, or rather just a high school student whose dad or adoptive dad is a priest in this order where they hunt demons. Very similar to kind of Alan Walker, D. Gray Man. However, he finds out his dad's Satan. Whoopsie poopsie. So he ends up going to this demon school after his dad dies, his adopted dad, to help destroy demons and defeat Satan, so that way this doesn't happen to any other poor soul. His twin brother's in it as well. He's actually a highly proficient and skilled exorcist. So it journeys Rin in his ability to kind of take out demons and exorcise. It's very good. Time travels in it, so you see the characters grow up, which is great. I actually really like that aspect. Something that I wish more manga had in it. Hunter x Hunter is going to be my number 9, and I know what you're saying. That's really fucking stupid, man, manga boy. That's low. And the only reason why it's so low for me is a dumb reason. It's on hiatus so often. Honestly, I read this when it first started coming out in America. Like, I've been reading this long, well, not as long as I've been reading Berserk, but like Berserk has more volumes. And like, come on, man. But yeah, so I would really rate this higher if there was more, volumes to it. If it wasn't on hiatus so often. I understand that the author has health issues, but it does hold it back for me because of that. I just forget about what's happening. There's so much exposition. The art gets really sloppy. I understand that the mangaka does not want the use of an assistant because he wants the art to be his own in a certain way. I get that, but like, man, it's hard to read this series and be dedicated to it, honestly. It's really easy when you first start reading it. Then a few years pass by, then you lose interest, and then all of a sudden, like, they drop a volume and you pick it up, because you're like, oh yeah, I love that series. You're like, what's happening? Why is there a political debate going on right now? Oh yeah, these countries are fighting over leadership, and I think that guy didn't like that guy. I don't remember why, but I just got introduced to him like 3 years ago, and so now I forget who he is. And that kind of holds it back for me. But essentially what it's about is this character named Gon, who's trying to become the best hunter in the world. He also wants to find his dad along the way. And it's just his journey with his friends kind of throughout this world. A lot of action, a lot of gore, violence, and one of the most interesting power systems of any manga or even story, really, hands down. Nen is the power, and it really is a unique system. Definitely one to get into if you like power system, and the world itself is very interesting as well. So if you like world building, I definitely recommend this manga. It'd be higher if it came out more frequently. Number, let's see, 10, 9, 8, Eden Zero. Eden Zero, actually, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I don't like Fairy Tail that much. You know, it's okay. I really was bordering not ever finishing it, but to be honest with you, the end actually was pretty decent. I really liked the final few arcs, and I know it kind of wrapped things up like really fast, but I liked it overall. It was not bad. Eden Zero, though, is blowing out Fairy Tail, just gonzo. You know, I feel like it doesn't stand a chance by comparison to Eden Zero. Eden Zero follows this main character, Shiki, as he becomes the new Demon King, which is this group of like space pirates. And so he tries to traverse the space, you know, and just pick up and recover everybody that was a part of this crew and ship called the Eden Zero. So along the way, he finds some new friends, androids, and the like. It's a very interesting. It's got some weird time travel aspects, but it's not really time travel. It's more like I don't know how to put it. It's like you can go to the past if this organism eats the current present. It's just bizarre. But it's a very interesting take in sci-fi, because usually sci-fi is worried about, you know, paradoxes and timelines and things like that. But this manga is very clear that it does not give a shit. And the author makes it clear as well that this is like a space manga, not so much a sci-fi. So just think of it as a space adventure. But I think of it more of a sci-fi. I strongly recommend picking it out. Happy's in it. It's technically a robot Exceed, which also apparently exists in this manga. So that's kind of how that works. But yeah, if you like Fairy Tail, you'll love this. If you like, you know, any really thing by Hiro Mashima, you'll probably like it. Honestly, if you even like just adventure, you'll like this. There's some fan service, but it's nothing too crazy. All right, so now we've got number 7, Boruto. I can't count, guys, okay? I keep losing track. That's why I'm muttering under my breath. Boruto, actually, this is volume 3. Is an interesting manga. A lot of people totally just push it off to the side. They say, trash, Naruto clone, pass. But it's not. It's a lot more than that. It's a very interesting series about, you know, technology and the world kind of evolving past, like, you know, our parents' time. And how technology is going to change the ninja world. They also have the Moon Clan that came up from the end. And they kind of fleshed it out more, so Kaguya makes a little bit more sense. This volume right here will finish up the movie. If you guys haven't seen the movie, watch the movie. It's fantastic. The manga is great, though. Honestly, it's introducing a lot of new elements to the series that I didn't even think that they would be able to, which is very surprising to me, since Naruto is so like deeply flushed out, you know, over the course of 72 volumes, plus there are light novels, and don't even get me started about everything else going on. But I strongly recommend checking out this manga. Don't just pass it aside, just like everyone else does, because you think it's cool to do that. It's totally just you being completely blindsiding yourself from checking out the one of the best manga that's currently coming out. It is solid. Coming up next, and this is going to be 6, Jujutsu Kaisen. I do really like Jujutsu Kaisen quite a bit. It's very interesting manga, very trippy. It's not too confusing. It's actually, sometimes it comes off as a bit of a shock with how nonchalant it is in a lot of the story developments. I really like the pop culture references as well. And I'll be honest, sometimes I have to read the story a few times just to you know, figure out what's happening. It's not really in the same case as Hunter x Hunter, where it's years apart between volumes. It's more like 2 or 3 months, and then my volume gets back ordered, and then it's too popular. So this is a different kind of issue. That one I'm not going to fault the series for, really. But I really like it. The world building is great. I wouldn't say the power system is as good as Nen or anything like that, but it is still very interesting. It's also just an interesting story in general. I really like, you know, reading through it and exploring more and more about these characters, seeing the world, the communications, interactions between the characters and villains. It's an interesting take, and I can't wait to see it explored further. Okay, we are now halfway through. Okay, so we got number 5, Chainsaw Man. Okay, Chainsaw Man, I like it just slightly bit more than Jujutsu Kaisen. Chainsaw Man, it doesn't have as many volumes as JJK, but it is twice as gory. It really flips everything about shonen on its head, at least as far as I understand. You know, there's a lot of murdering, there's a lot of killing. The main character Denji is in such debt that he, you know, sold an eyeball, cut off one of his balls. I mean, it's nuts. Like, I can't even believe they have that in shonen. And then look at this. This is a person. That's not even a demon. Like, that's Denji as the Chainsaw Devil destroying this man. I mean, it is nuts. And the series is totally obscure. I have no idea where it's going. I mean, I guess I kind of do have a thought about it, but like, to be realistic, I mean, it takes so many twists and turns that you wouldn't expect. So it's a very nice breath of fresh air, very refreshing. So I strongly recommend it if you like comedy. I will say the art gets a little dirty. It might be best off to just wait for the anime. But man, the manga panels are just so raw. I know the anime is going to be censored. So I strongly recommend picking up the series if you haven't yet. Okay, now we have number 4, Demon Slayer. I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably riding the hype train on Demon Slayer quite a bit. I'm not gonna show you guys any panels of this. This is towards the end. The other volumes my brother is borrowing. But Demon Slayer, of course, is a really good series. It's in its final arc right now. And you guys can see the next one kind of peeking up underneath it. But, you know, it's in the final arc right now. And I think that's part of why I'm placing it so high. I think if I was placing this earlier on, it would be not even in my top 10. Honestly, I really didn't like the beginning that much. Once I got to the train, I was like, this is pretty sick. And then I was like, man, I really like the Sword Village. You guys will see that later if you guys are anime only watchers. And then lastly, the final arc is so far so good. You know, I haven't read the ending yet, so it's kind of why it's iffy to put it on this list. It's continuing, but only in America. It's finished in Japan. But yeah, if you guys haven't, you know, checked out Demon Slayer and you've been thinking about it, I would definitely check it out. There's a box set coming out for it. I would go with the box set. Okay, and here we have number 3, Dragon Ball Super. Another series I feel like a lot of fans kind of just like pass off. The anime is great to it, if you guys haven't ever seen it. You know, the manga is also really good. It kind of recaps the anime for a lot of it, but there are some changes. This is one of my favorite covers because we have Goku, Vegeta, and Future Trunks on there with Goku Black, who's one of the sickest villains in my opinion. You know, and Zamasu as his counterpart here. Honestly, man, you have to be watching Dragon Ball Super. But don't just watch it. You gotta read it too. It is so good. The story continues past the anime and the manga. There's a new movie coming out. The new movie is not covered in the manga. At least not yet, and neither was Broly. And so that's kind of you have to read and watch it. The two are companion pieces. And I'll just show you guys a few panels of Dragon Ball Super here. You know, Toyotaro does a very decent job of emulating Akira Toriyama's work. Obviously, it's not perfect. You know, nobody's could be perfect besides Akira Toriyama. He is Akira Toriyama, therefore he's his best clone. But Toyotaro does such a good job, and a lot of the action is so sick. You know, the fighting, you can really see kick flies. You can see how the panels would flow just by going through it. I mean, the fight scenes are amazing. Like, I can just imagine the animation to this, like to these panels, you know, as it goes through. And it's not an easy thing to do, at least not for me. I'm kind of a dumb boy, you know, so I have a hard time remembering and imagining how things would fly in an anime. But like with Dragon Ball, just in general, it makes it super easy. And I feel like Dragon Ball Super is starting to really pick up on that, especially in the later volumes. This is only volume 4, but it gets even better from there. One Punch Man is my number 2. I love One Punch Man. I mean, honestly, I like Mob Psycho more, but only in the anime. I haven't even started reading the manga yet. But One Punch Man, it's just every time I just fly through these volumes. And the reason I fly through them isn't just because it's a picture book, okay? It's because it is legitimately one of the most like immersive reading experiences I've ever had. I have a very hard time putting down these books. And on top of that, the second season got done dirty. In the volumes, the animation is way better, and there's no animation, okay? The quality of the visuals, Murata just goes to town. I mean, you cannot deprive yourself of the One Punch Man manga if you like the anime. You have to check it out. I don't care if you use a Viz Media app or if you get paperback, but it's just amazing how good this art is. My number one is Fire Force. This series starts off okay. It goes from okay to effing amazing very quick. It balances comedy, action, and adventure super well. There's a lot of stakes, a lot of, there's deaths in it even as well. And I'm deeply interested in the mystery of this series. Each volume I read, I'm more and more intrigued. I cannot recommend enough reading this series. I like it more than Soul Eater. If you guys didn't know, it's by the same creator. But this is much better than Soul Eater. And honestly, this is one of the best manga that Kodansha is like publishing right now. It is peak shonen adventure. I mean, I think it kind of borderlines with seinen, but it's older teen, so I think that technically still counts it as a shonen. You know how the demographics are. It's effing impossible. They're so blurred these days. You can't ever even know. I mean, like, this is OT. Chainsaw Man's a T+. Chainsaw Man's got a guy getting chainsawed in half with his face, like that you can see on the panels. So it's broken, the system. But definitely recommend checking out Fire Force if you never have. It's 23 volumes, so it is kind of lengthy. It's still ongoing. I don't think there's any box set announced at this time. I'll be pretty shocked if there is when that comes out before it finishes, just so that the author can make a few extra bips. But here you go, just off the sides here. From 10 to number 1. These are my favorites. You'll notice a lot of Shonen Jumps. Yes, I'm a total weeb when it comes to Shonen Jump, and I'll just slide this mystery manga in right here at the very beginning. But this is my top 10 picks right here, just to remind you guys and show you what I was thinking about. But I can't recommend these manga enough. If you are ever on the fence of any one of these series, totally take a jump on there. Give it a read. You will not regret it. Every one of these series is just, it's worth reading. Like, bottom line, it's just worth your time. And I don't think you'll be disappointed, especially if you have a similar taste to me. Thank you everybody for watching. Again, please like, comment, subscribe. It does help out my channel quite a bit. And if you like this video, give me a little kiss in the comment below. Anyways, have a good day, guys. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.